Be strong.
Howdy everyone, this is Jim. Welcome back to JimKiDo. Here is the current state of affairs. We are approximately 320 kilometers away from the space base. We've stopped off to try and top off on ice. And what we've found is this uses a lot of ice to move around. And we still have something of an issue. So we've got 100% on hydrogen. We have a total of 300, 600, round it up to 700 metric tons of ice. When I took off from the moon, I had actually loaded back up on ice and had nearly 2 million metric tons. We've only traveled... How'd I lose the moon? Where's the damn moon? What did I do with the moon? There it is. Well, we're not even 40 kilometers. Now, that's not going to be a big deal by itself because we have jump drives. That'll get us there. No problem. But I wanted to make sure that there was plenty of ice for maneuvering. Should that be necessary, I was wanting to head over to the U asteroid 2. Let me explain what I've done as far as some of this naming on the GPS points. So the GPS points, I have named everything based on what I found resource-wise, but because it's really kind of difficult, especially without some sort of cardinal direction to know where things are, I've broken it down into numbering based on how they have occurred to me. We have, so the Ice Base Asteroid 1 was actually a plan at one point to establish a base here because there was supposedly plenty of ice. I don't know that there's quite that much ice to have established a base, but there it was. Down there is the first place I found uranium. Unfortunately, there was not a lot of uranium, and the only time I got enough uranium from that particular site to last me a little bit, but the ship that I took there ended up having more than enough storage for all of the uranium on that asteroid. The second uranium asteroid that I found, and what you have to understand, the reactors will only work with uranium. You can only find uranium in this game in asteroids, unless you have meteors turned on, in which case you can get little chunks of uranium when you have to suffer through or a meteor shower. But uranium's only found on asteroids. These are the only two asteroids I've been able to find out of all these places I've looked. Those are the only two I've found that had uranium. That's how rare that is. But fortunately enough for me, this particular one, Uranium Asteroid 2, that has had more than enough for me to fill up these reactors, the reactors back at the base, the reactors on this fighter, the reactors on my drilling ship here. There's been plenty of uranium, and there's still more there. And it was my thought to go back there, maybe top back off again before hitting the space base, because once I get to the space base, there's not really going to be a whole bunch of time to go mess around and pick up more resources. Whatever resources I have, I need to have them on hand going forward. Let's take this out. And pick up just a little bit more ice. So we're going to come in here and pick up another load. Yum, yum, yum. I'll give this ship 1 mark for sure. It may not have a whole bunch of storage on it, but it chews through ice. It chews through resources, really any resource. I did a pretty good job of picking up platinum on the moon with this. It definitely got me through some serious patches when I needed it, and when a remote mining rig wasn't practical. This definitely did a great job. I'll have to credit the guy who did the original design on this ship. I'll credit him in the description below. Definitely check him out and his stuff. He's actually got quite a few ships out there, but this particular ship I've liked. I've only had to make some minor modifications to it. I always seem to do that though. Never quite find ships that I can't tinker with and otherwise try and improve. It's always about some scenario about it that I want to go and address that would make it just that much better. Not that it was bad to begin with. As I mentioned with the Hammerhead, it's a great looking ship. It's well proportioned. It's got good features overall. I've liked it. I've liked it a lot. And there we go. All right, so we have drills filling up. I have picked up as much as I can haul. And the other challenge to it is when I haul this much resources around, it eats up the hydrogen like nothing else. And it's moves like a pig a little bit. I figured my mistake earlier in filling up while I was on the moon still was the fact that the ship had to get out of the lunar gravity, and that made it tough. Still ended up using a lot. How are we doing? We look like we're on track. Wow. We really are on track. Here we go. Do. Just backing up. Just backing up. There we go. Just backing up. And almost there. Backing up. And we're almost there. Backing up. No. How far off am I? I'm not. Oh, there we go. Ta-da. So let me look up ice again, see how much we have. So we're just over 1,000,000 metric tons, and then we've got another 60 metric tons there. Good. Okay, I think it's about time. Thanks everyone for joining. Coming up tomorrow morning, I'll be engaging to the space base. Haven't quite figured out if this is going to be a stream specifically, or if I'll just go ahead and film it and post it up later. Subscribe and hit the notification bell because, as I've mentioned, this series continues. Regardless, if there are any questions, please leave those down below in the comments. And remember, stay safe out there.